Now, you also played a summer in the Collegiate Alaskan Baseball League. What was that like?
That was awesome out there. It's a great league, and I know that they've kind of been overshadowed lately by the Cape Cod League and the Northwoods League up in Minnesota. But it was great out there. It was a completely different setting compared to what I was used to out in the mountains and the lakes and everything like that. It was really beautiful, but had a great time with the Peninsula Oilers, and it was a lot of fun.
Is it really like daylight 23 hours a day up there?
It really is. There were times where we'd go out and we'd be fishing, till 3 in the morning. We'd go back and, you wouldn't need lights or anything. You could just see, and it was just no problem. So the big thing was tin foil on the windows helps you sleep, so it gets dark in the rooms that way.
Now, in September of last year, back at Kansas University, you had left the school at that point. You'd been drafted. There was a brawl between the football players and some basketball players, reportedly over who ruled the campus, something like that. When you were there, were the athletic programs, did they seem that fractured?
No, actually, I think that was just kind of a, one incident that was handled well afterwards, by all the administration and everyone. But, while we were there, they try to, they have a lot of programs that try to integrate the athletes, to, realizing that everyone's living a similar lifestyle and that you've got to get up and everyone's got workouts together, and a lot of people have tutoring sessions at the same time and classes together. So, they really do a great job of trying to get everyone to be on the same page and everything like that.
Now, your senior year at Kansas, you had to battle through some injuries, didn't post the greatest numbers. How frustrating was that season knowing the draft is waiting?
It was tough, just mostly from the standpoint that it was my last year in college, and, I'd had such a great time, in Kansas and at the university playing for Coach Price. And, just to go out and not get the job done when I needed to get it done was frustrating for me. The draft was kind of, a side note beyond that. So.
Now, Dallas Brain was on hand the other day. A guy who's another late round pick, 24th round, but certainly having all kinds of success at the major league level with a perfect game and all that. Is that a guy you can kind of draw some inspiration from, a late round pick who's now having success at the big league level?
Sure. He's come out and he came and talked to us when we were in spring training to some of the pitchers that were out there. And it's a motivator. He's very aggressive with his attitude in terms of what he's trying to accomplish, and he's a driven person. So it's definitely someone to look at and maybe try to model your attitude after. So.
Now, in your Stockton Spotlight questionnaire, you listed your nickname as Honey Bear. Where did that nickname come from?
That's kind of a loosely used nickname, but it's actually, in Kane County, one of the big sponsors out there is whatever the honey company is out there, and so there's a Honey Bear outfit that walks around with the mascot, and I wore it down the stretch one day, and since then it's just kind of stuck with Honey Bear. So, yeah.
We'll start using that on the broadcast now too.
Sounds good.
Help you out. All right, you're also fluent in Spanish. How did you learn the other language?
My mom is from Quito, Ecuador, and my dad also speaks Spanish fluently. But just kind of around the house, I started picking it up, and we weren't really taught it, but we would just hear it all the time, whether it be my grandparents speaking or my parents speaking to one another, and just kind of picked it up and got really serious about it in college in terms of putting a lot of effort towards wanting to actually develop my skills with the language, and it's never paid off more than it has been lately with the Latin influx that is apparent in the sport.
Yeah, there's so many Latin players, and there's that language barrier. Did the coaches and other players use you as a translator a lot of the time?
Yeah, I do, and I don't mind it at all. I know that the Dominican players and the Venezuelan players that we have are, they're out here trying to do the same job that I'm trying to do, and if I can help them understand something and it's going to help our team out, then I have no problem doing that. So.
Now, one of the traditions at the big league level of the bullpen and the pitchers, there's some guy has to carry around a bag that's full of the seeds and the chew and the gum and all that.
The pink bag.
Yeah, it's normally less than masculine looking, but normally at the big league level, it's one of the younger guys who has to do it. But at this level, basically everyone's pretty young. So how do you determine who has to lug that around?
Well, yeah, like you said, at the big league level, it's usually the rookie that they kind of pin that on. But here, the way we do it, because like you said, everyone's of similar age and experience level, it's just for us, whoever gave up the last home run as a bullpen reliever. Whoever gave up the last home run gets it, and if someone else gives up a home run, then they'll have the bag the next day.
Kind of a red badge of courage.
Yes,
now.
Exactly.
Could you describe what the bag looks like?
We actually were given one of the bags by one of our fans out in the bullpen, and he said that it was his daughter's preschool backpack or something like that, and she's older now. So I want to say it's like the Littlest Pet Shop, some brand like that. It's got it's a big pink backpack with a bright green little animated frog on the front. So it's definitely less than masculine, but it proves a point.
Very fashionable also. Now, final question, Paul. I mean, we see a lot of different fashions out here at batting practice. My favorite might be the athletic socks with the picture of the elephant on there. How did you get those?
Well, these were actually given to us at Instructs. These were our Instructs League socks. A lot of people said they gave them to their moms and then they're like their bedtime socks, but they're so thick and comfortable. I figured batting practice every day, might as well be comfy.
So. I don't see anyone else wearing them, but they're pretty stylish.
Yeah, I like them a lot. So the mid cut I think looks good and everything. So I'm gonna keep wearing them.
All right, Paul. Thanks for your time and continued success this year. It's your closer, Paul Smyth, on your Ports Player Spotlight.